The Huge Secret That Princess Diana Knew, by David Icke, from the book The Biggest Secret. This is only a fractional part of a very long document. Some people may find this totally unbelievable and shocking. There have also been questions about whether Diana is even buried on the island. In the summer of 1998, the Star magazine in the United States quoted an unnamed senior source at Buckingham Palace as saying she was secretly cremated, and according to a report in the Los Angeles Times, some people in the village of Great Brington also don't believe she is buried on the island. I know these reports are true from my own sources. One resident quoted by the LA Times said that the night her coffin was taken to Althorpe for burial, the village had been invaded by the army, police and special forces units, and all the villagers were hustled into their homes. She said that the crematorium at the church was working late into the night. Betty Andrews, the former cook and housekeeper at Althorpe, is quoted by Star magazine as saying, "There's a strange feeling amongst the villagers that we may not be hearing the complete picture." While researching this book, I was introduced to Christine Fitzgerald, a brilliant and gifted healer, who was a close friend and confidant of Diana for 9 years. Because of Christine's understanding of the esoteric, Diana was able to talk to her about matters she would not dare to share with anyone else for fear of being dubbed crazy. It is clear that Diana knew about the true nature of the royal family's genetic history and the reptilian control. Her nicknames for the Windsor's were the lizards and the reptiles, and she used to say in all seriousness, "They're not human." There is a very good reason for Diana using this description of the Windsors. As her deprogramming continued, Arizona Wilder remembered clearly a ritual she attended at Clarence House, the Queen Mother's home near to Buckingham Palace, in which Diana was shown who the Windsors really are. It took place in the first 7 days of July 1981, just before Diana and Charles were married on the 29th. This period is the last 7 days of the cycle of the oak tree, according to esoteric law, and the ritual was called the Awakening of the Bride. This is a ritual for all females of the 13 bloodlines who are going to be in publicly high positions and marry reptilians to produce the new generation of rulers. Arizona says that the Queen Mother, the Queen, Prince Philip, Lady Fomoy, Diana's father Earl Spencer, Prince Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles were all present when Diana was brought into the room. She was wearing a white gown and a drug had been administered by Lady Fomoy. Diana was told that she should consider her union with Prince Charles as only a means to produce heirs and nothing else. Camilla Parker Bowles was his consort, not her. Arizona says that Prince Philip and the Queen Mother then shape-shifted into reptiles to show Diana who they really were. Diana was terrified, but quiet, she said. Diana was told that if she ever revealed the truth about them, she would be killed. Remember the guy I mentioned who had a call from Diana in the March before she died, asking for his advice on how to reveal information about the royals that would shake the world? The Queen Mother told Diana at the ritual that all ears would be listening to everything she said and all eyes would forever be watching her. This is the classic nowhere to run bind imposed on all mind-controlled slaves. Does anyone believe, therefore, that they would allow Diana into the clutches of Muhammad al-Fayed if he was not under their control? The ritual also involved the use of a golden pinnace Osiris symbolism, which was used on Diana to signify the opening of the womb. Arizona says it was of reptilian shape and size and had needle-like protrusions designed to superficially puncture the walls of the vagina and cause bleeding. Diana was told that after this ritual, she would never be honored again by attending their rituals and she was not to ask questions about them. Now do people understand why Diana suffered from bulimia and serious emotional problems from the time she married Charles? Diana told Christine Fitzgerald that the Queen Mother was the power behind the Windsors, along with Prince Philip. But Philip was subordinate in the hierarchy to the Queen Mother, Diana said. The Queen Mother is connected to a long list of brotherhood groups and societies and she is the head of the inner temple, the elite and highly secret society for the upper levels of the legal profession on the former Knights Templar and Temple Bar in London. It was the Queen Mother and her close friend, Diana's grandmother, Ruth Lady Fumoy, who manipulated Diana into the marriage with Prince Charles. This is why Diana was given quarters at the Queen Mother's home, Clarence House, in the weeks before the wedding, and she left from there to marry Charles at St. Paul's Cathedral. Diana used to tell me that the Queen Mother was evil. Christine Fitzgerald said, she actually used that word, evil. She said she hated the Queen Mother and the Queen Mother hated her. Most people in Britain will be astonished to read this because the Queen Mother's propaganda has turned her into the nation's favorite grandmother. Oh yes, the Queen Mum, such a lovely, gentle, kind old lady. But this woman is not what she is claimed to be. I can't emphasize it enough. During her time at Clarence House before the wedding, Diana says herself that she was being given drugs like the antidepressant, Valium, to treat her bulimia. And what else were they giving her? They drugged her. Christine said, I am sure of it, they had her doped from the start. Christine had many conversations with Diana and she opened her heart about her nightmare life with the Windsors. But Christine's contacts through her work have given her access to other sources with inside knowledge of the British royal family. This was the first time Christine Fitzgerald had talked publicly about her experiences with Diana and what she knows of the reptilian agenda. She told me, the Queen Mother. Now that's a serious piece of wizardry. The Queen Mother is a lot older than people think. To be honest, the royal family hasn't died for a long time. They have just metamorphosized. It's sort of cloning, but in a different way. They take pieces of flesh and rebuild the body from one little bit. Because it's lizard, because it's cold-blooded, it's much easier for them to do Frankenstein's asterisk than it is for us. The different bodies are just different electrical vibrations and they have got that secret. They've got the secret of the microcurrents. It's so micro, so specific. These radio waves that actually create the bodies. These are the energies I work with when I'm healing. They know the vibration of life, and because they are cold-blooded, they are reptiles. They have no wish to make the earth the perfect harmony it could be, or to heal the earth from the damage that's been done. The earth's been attacked for eons by different extraterrestrials. It's been like a football for so long. This place was a bus stop for many different aliens. All these aliens, they could cope with everything, including the noxious gases. They're landing all the time and coming up from the bowels of the earth. They looked like reptiles originally, but they look like us when they get out now through the electrical vibration, that life key I talked about. Or the real knowledge has been taken out and shredded and put back in another way. The Queen Mother is chief toad of this part of Europe, and they have people like her in each continent. They are just in awe of these people because they are so powerful. Balmoral is a very, very nasty place. That's somewhere they want to dig underground. They will find reptile fossils. It goes back that far. Don't think of people like the Queen Mother and Queen Victoria as different people. Think of them as the same person, which after a while has had to replace their coat. When the flesh dies, that energy, while it's dying, will be immediately up someone else's jacksy backside. It's very vampire, worse than vampire. They are not going to come to you with hooked teeth and suck your blood. Fear is their food. They can actually take fear and manifest it into a tangible thing. The key is the vibrational current. At that vibrational current, they can manifest anything from anything. It's like a holographic image. We are all minerals and water vibrating. This is all an illusion we are living in. That's the secret. You know, when the monarchy's fallen, it's not the end of it. They will manifest in another form. The reptiles have never been defeated, and this is the closest they have come to it. The reason they are so threatened today is because the earth is in such trouble and the mental power of people is returning. This is their most frightening time, but this is not going to kill them. There are long centuries before it's over yet. The difference this time is that it'll be more difficult for them and they are going to have to settle for less and the Earth people are going to get more. But even though these reptilian ones are F group of stars, they are sad, pathetic beasts really, while humanity is galloping towards light. They're just pathetic lumps of nastiness who aren't going to win. Bill Cooper said that the initiates that he met in his work for U.S. naval intelligence had no conscience, no morals, no regrets, no feelings, no emotion. This is precisely the same character profile as the Windsaws and, according to all the people I have met who have encountered them, the character profile of the reptilians of the lower fourth dimension. There is a reason for that, of course. The people have been hoodwinked for thousands of years. Hoodwinked about their history. Hoodwinked about who they really are and the true nature of life. Hoodwinked about the true background and agenda of those they have allowed to rule them. Therefore, that this word should also derive from Freemasonry. Dr. Albert Mackey, the 33rd degrees Freemason and foremost Freemason historian of the 19th century, defined the term hoodwinked in his Encyclopedia of Freemasonry as a symbol of secrecy, silence and darkness, in which the mysteries of our art should be preserved from the unhallowed gaze of the profane. The human race has indeed been hoodwinked.